I love it when people reach the right conclusion for all the wrong reasons. Ready to quit your job? Come join me in the anti-work movement. It's from The Guardian, so you know it's going to be good. More and more people are questioning careerist values and the erosion of workers' rights while celebrating idleness. There's never been a better moment to reimagine how we spend our time. So far, so good. In hindsight, this is embarrassing to admit, but pre pandemic, I might have honestly told you that work was the most rewarding part of my life. Sounds like someone fell for the propaganda and was enjoying that male privilege. Even as a child, I couldn't wait to get started with my career. Well, because you were indoctrinated into that by your feminazi teachers, okay? It's obvious. Rushing through school and university to get on with the main event. Through my 20s, I broke up with boyfriends as soon as they started to encroach on my primary relationship, my job. This is what I call having your priorities backwards. Women, you have an expiration date. If you want to have both a family and a career, you got to reverse the order in which you try to get them. Family first, then when the kids you have become old enough that you don't have to stay at home watching them, that's when you go for your career. If you try to do it in the opposite direction, it's not going to end well for you. You're not going to have any kids, you're just going to have a bunch of cats. That relationship was one of the many to fall apart in the lockdown, however. By forcing me into my home, freeing up every hour of my day to devote to work, the pandemic swiftly revealed it to be unsustainable, unhealthy, and ultimately unrewarding. In 2 years, I've gone from an out and proud careerist to actively cultivating a mindset that might be called anti-work. And online, I have found my community. On Reddit, oh God. Oh God. The anti-work forum has seen enormous growth as people like me increasingly come to our senses. The number of subscribers has increased almost 400% over the past year to reach 900,000. Now, here's my question, though. Are any of these people in this anti-work forum, are they actually productive people who achieved some level of resources that they can live off of for years without requiring anything, like any support? Or are they welfare sponges? Because there's a big difference there. The forum states its aim is to start a conversation to problematize work as we know it, to resist an approach that values the needs and desires of managers and corporations above and beyond workers, and to imagine a world with unemployment for all, not just the rich. So I can agree with the first part, but that part at the end, they literally just want to be able to sit around doing nothing all day and have someone else working to pay for it. In its library, it shares recommended readings such as the late anthropologist David Graeber's Indictment of Bullshit Jobs, Bertrand Russell's 1932 essay in praise of idleness, and the fiction of anti-work themes, including Herman Melville's Bartleby, the Scrivener. For those taking more tentative steps towards picturing a world without work, the moderators have put together anti-work quotes and play a playlist, putting Dolly Parton back to back with Rage Against the Machine. Oh yeah, those sellouts, they are the machine now. But anti-work's real value might be in the support it extends to those already trapped and exploited in their jobs. Moderators are pooling knowledge and resources to back hospitality and retail workers in a planned boycott of Black Friday next month. At least they're doing something concrete, I guess. Last week, a user in the U.S., a bartender, shared messages from their boss demanding that they come to work at short notice on Saturday for what would be a 9th consecutive day. When their boss threatened to take away the company benefits, the bartender resigned. Yeah, that's, again, a very sympathetic situation. But again, the difference between what we advocate for here and what these guys are doing is my goal is to get enough resources myself so that I can support myself for a few years without a job. These guys, though, like, no, I want to be able to do nothing and someone else is going to pay for it. It's like, that's the key difference. Even if we end up doing the same thing, it's a massive difference. So this forum gave me the motivation to finally quit my abusive job, they posted in our anti-work. I may not have health insurance, but I feel so free. Well, just wait until the bills pile up, though. Again, I encourage people to leave abusive jobs like that, but try to have something else lined up first. So now they said they're in touch with a labor rights lawyer, although, as ever with the internet, there are doubts as to the veracity of the exchange. The discussion speaks to both the erosion of workers' rights and people's mounting intolerance of it. The recent explosion in activity on anti-work aligns with the growth in union membership in the U.S. and Airstrip 1 through the pandemic and the Great Resignation as people quit their jobs or retrain. Yeah. It seems to run deeper than just the desire for change to acute dissatisfaction with the nature of work itself. How dare you be expected to actually work to continue your existence in society? In nearly every industry is experiencing a talent shortage as people resist returning to the grind for as long as they can afford to do so. That's key, as long as they can afford to do so. So, what I'm trying to tell people is make it so you can afford to do so as long as possible. Say you have enough saved up that you could go 2 or 3 years without working. That's plenty of time to try a few projects of your own. And that's basically what Notch did. Like when he made Minecraft, when he lost his previous job. I bet he's fucking glad he did that as opposed to going right back to the grind. So the U.S. government puts a global shortfall at 40 million skilled workers with forecast losses of trillions if the trend continues. Hiring managers, meanwhile, are complaining of people not showing up to scheduled interviews or even their first day on the job. As the Ask a Manager columnist Allison Green commented, the people who have been ghosted after an interview might be permitted some schadenfreude. Yeah, I know, right? Man, they really don't like it when the same shit is done to them, huh? Like they could ghost you all day long and it's no big deal, but you do it to them? How dare you? Do you not understand that I am the nobility and you are the peasant? Oh, God. And here's the funny thing, though. I bet a lot of this shit could be avoided if these goddamn boomers stopped trying to force everyone back into the office. Because I personally know a lot of people who only quit their jobs because they were told, oh, you need to go back to the office now. But I've proven for the past year I could do this job remote. Like, I don't care. You need to go back to the office. All right, I quit. End of discussion. If these fucking out of touch boomers just gave up on the outdated concept of the office, I'm sure that this whole great resignation would only be like a third as big as it is now. You know, so much of the societal transformation that we hoped would be precipitated by the pandemic hasn't come about, but there are reasons to be cautiously optimistic about the potential for change in our approach to work. As the culture reporter Charlie Warzel has written, while the topsy-turvy job market does not make up for a weakened workers' rights, it does suggest the beginnings of a changing power dynamic. Employees have a tiny bit of leverage right now, and many are trying to use it to send a message about the status quo of modern work feels exhausting and unsustainable. You know, I don't blame them. I definitely say if you have a point to make, now's the time to do it, but be prepared for the consequences because once you eventually run out and you have to go back to the job market and you try to go back to your boss after telling him off, you're going to get nothing but a middle finger in your face. So the key at this crucial juncture is for our workers to align as a class of people and keep up the pressure on employers to make work for us. Will the revolution begin on read it? That's the key. Oh, we're gonna have to use this to organize into a communist revolution. I'm gonna tell you straight up. You know what the result is gonna be if they pulled this shit? You know what's gonna fucking happen? Employers are just gonna quit because business owners, these CEOs of these big companies, they already got so much money, they never need to work again a day in their life. They probably make more money off of their investments than their companies at this point anyway. If you show up saying, oh, yeah, we're going to take over your company, they're just going to say, all right, I'll sell it to you. You can have it. And they're going to leave. And you're going to be left holding the sack as everything falls apart. But hey, that's what you want.
Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.